people from the internet who want to know who Matt's going to chat up next. Good question. He has already tried to bed the innkeeper's daughter. Let's not forget that.
Hey, I'm with her. Oh, it's the other one, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's the other innkeeper's daughter. So that's about episode 3, maybe, of this adventure. So if you're interested, go have a look. If you're really that interested in Matt's chat-up lines, that's all good. I'm just always amused because pretty much the only comments I ever get on these games is about who's Matt's character is going to sleep with, basically. But anyway, that's all good.
Probably Matt with a fake profile.
Quite possibly. It wouldn't, it wouldn't surprise me in the least. But still, Matt's not here tonight just yet. Matt and his lovely wife Stella had a new baby boy this week. So he's trying to wrangle newborn so he can come and play, but we don't know whether we'll see him. Tom has been in, but has disappeared again. Hopefully he will return. But currently we have Libby, Kevin, and James, which means I might have to move Arlen out of this until he arrives. He's still logged into Fantasy Grounds though. So maybe I should type in text. Tom, you are not in Hangout. Question mark, question mark. Anyway, so as we finished last game, pretty much everybody was, well, some of them were mostly dead, but Cyron I think came through with quite a few channel energies, and most people are back up and well again. However, Nualia did escape. She fled yon place. Obviously not in fear of her life. She was just didn't know whether she left the iron on, and had to go check. So she fled the room to go check to see whether the oven or the iron had been left on at home. Leaving these guys behind, and basically that's where we're at the moment. So they did kill the... what are they called?
Yes hounds.
Yes hounds, that's it. So they did kill the yes hound that was with Nualia, and managed to all survive. And quite honestly, I don't know how, because I thought that it was going to be a total party kill last fortnight. But anyway, so we'll remove Arlen from the board at the moment. Delete token, delete this token. We'll remove him from the combat tracker. And we will drop in and say, what are you guys up to now?
Lock the door, barricade it, go to sleep.
Searching the room.
Drag every bit of loose furniture up and put it against the door.
Well, what did you say, Libby?
Searching the room.
Searching the room, righto. Okay, whilst Thaven the Dancer is down at the door stacking up books and furniture and stuff like that. Okay, you find that on the tables inside this little room there are quite a few notebooks and journals that seem to have been personal notations. Okay. And yeah, basically that seems to be the large amount of material that's inside this room. It seems to be journals and notes and papers and ink pots and ink wells and those sorts of things.
Is there an altar or summoning thingy or a pedestal or that blue thing?
There was a round fountain filled with frothy blue water fills the room with a gentle sound of bubbling.
Compare the frothy blue water to the blue potions we have.
Where did you get the blue
That's
potions
visually, where the ex-king of the goblins and his warlord was.
from? Okay, no, they're definitely not the same sort of liquid.
What does it smell like?
Like water.
Not evil.
No. Well, how does evil water smell?
Bad.
Yeah.
Does it detect evil? No.
No. There is
Yeah. Good one.
no evil on the
Does
water.
it... As in detect magical?
No. I don't think. Hang on.
Okay.
Yeah, no. Does not detect
Yeah.
magic. The burning skulls that litter the room, they detect magic, but only because they have continual flames cast upon them.
None of the books are magical?
None of the books are magical, etc. There are texts, scrolls, relics, and objects sacred to the worship of... People give me religion checks.
I presume Lamash too, given that's who she worshipped previously, and all the other shrines.
Where's
Maybe.
the cleric when you need him?
Is that knowledge religion?
Yeah. But Arvangilt has a look over a few of the titles and goes, this is the filthy knowledge of Lamashtu.
Ooh, any pictures?
Lots.
It's not that kind of
Ooh.
Lamash too. She's a bit bestiality, this one. She's the god of monsters, as I recall.
Yeah.
She is. And so...
Did anyone see where this baddie went, or were we all unconscious at the time? I certainly was.
I was. Only the ranger was still around. I think she was down too. I think we were down to the cleric and the rogue, weren't we?
What, the two that have conveniently disappeared?
Yeah.
You can never trust the rogue. He's probably still in the room. But God knows where the
Probably
cleric is.
here. I don't know, she was a good-looking lady. You probably left with her.
Wouldn't that be perfect? The person that that Cyron cracks onto is Nualia, the major enemy of the first module.
Well, we don't have any magical support left,
no, you don't.
and I don't think you've got much healing left in your paladin at all.
I have no more paladin healing left.
Yeah, and I have one heal potion.
I think I
And
might have one as well.
So I'm of a firm belief that we grab the youth dog bodies and pile them against the door, like I have been with everything else.
Okay, well there is only one youth dog body, just quietly.
All right.
But
Yeah.
you pile it up against the door and prepare to have a rest while somebody starts going through the notes that were left, maybe?
Yes, I'll be doing that while I'm looking at the religious things, so let me do that.
For the good of all, of course, closely examining the pictures.
Yeah, well, I've got to keep you from the peril.
Right, I also have to make it a point, because one thing my players probably don't realise is that I often go through my file folders and stuff like that to find modules and bits and pieces of extra information and stuff like that. When I go to my Pathfinder file, some people who may have been paying close attention may see me go into a set of files and stuff like that, and then I go into Pathfinder, and then I have a folder called Pirate, which I then enter and get the folders that I have. Actually, all of my Pathfinder material is legit. I have paid for it all. You will see my name at the top and bottom of every file that's in there. It's called Pirate because at the time I was getting the Skull and Shackles adventure path. So don't write to Peso saying I've pirated all their stuff. I haven't. just
Damn, I can't cancel that email.
just saying. Right, okay. So in the notes and stuff like that, you find out a bit of Nualia. So draw out your pipe and slippers, sit by the roaring fire, and I will fill you in on the information that is contained within the journals. Nualia was a foundling raised by Sandpoint's previous religious leader, a man named Ezekiel Tobin. and her childhood appears to have been lonely and sad. Her unearthly beauty, for she was an Azamar, made the other children either jealous or shy, and many of them took to playing cruel jokes upon her. The adults in town weren't much better. Many of the superstitious Varisians viewed Noalia as blessed by Desna, a sort of reverse deformity. So Desna's the goddess of magic, etc. And beauty. Magic and beauty, I think. Rumours that her touch or proximity could cure warts and rashes, that locks of her hair brewed into tea could increase fertility, and that her voice could drive out evil spirits led to a succession of awkward and humiliating requests over the years of Noalia's youth. Noalia felt more like a freak than a young girl by the time she came to age, so when Delic Viscanta, a local Varisian youth, began to court her, she practically fell into his arms in gratitude. Lucky that Cyron wasn't around there.
Mm.
Knowing her father wouldn't approve of a relationship with a Varisian, he wanted her to remain pure so that she could join a prestigious convent. They kept the affair secret. The couple met many times in hidden places, favourite being an abandoned smuggler's tunnel under the town that Delic had discovered as a child. Before long, Noalia realised that she was pregnant. When she told Delic, he revealed his true colours, and after calling her a not very nice name and a harlot, he fled Sandpoint. This was apparently the PG version, rather than face her father's wrath. Noalia, shocked, quickly turned to rage, yet she had nowhere to vent her anger. She bottled it up, and when her father discovered that she was pregnant, his reaction to her indiscretions only furthered her shame and her anger. He forbade her to leave the church, lectured her nightly, and made her pray to Desna for forgiveness. In so doing, he unknowingly nurtured a growing hate within Noalia. Okay. When the minor Runewell in the catacombs of Wrath below Sandpoint fled to life, and the minor Runewell is where you found the Quasit, who you spent an extremely large evening fighting. Noalia's own anger was a magnet to its magic. The wrathful energy suffused her mind, and she flew into a frenzy. 7 months pregnant, she miscarried her child later that night. The child had a monstrously deformed shape that she only glimpsed before the midwife stole it away and burnt it in secret. As the child...
Finally. Jeez, that's weird.
Yeah. As the child had been conceived in the smuggler's tunnels below town, its close proximity to the hidden shrine of Lamashtu, the child itself was deformed and horrific. The double shock of losing a child and the realisation she'd been carrying a fiend in her belly for 7 months was too much, and Noalia fell into a coma at that point. Through the notes and the notations that she's made, you note that she dreamed unhealthy dreams. Fueled by the wrath from below and the taint of Lamashtu, Noalia believes that she had been fell further into an obsession with the demon goddess, and the conviction that her wretched life was inflicted on her by those around her rather than any fault of her own. She sees her angelic heritage as a curse, and the demon-sent nightmares showed her how to expunge the angelic life from her body and soul, replacing it with chaos and cruelty. When she finally woke, Noalia was someone new, someone who didn't flinch at what Lamashtu asked of her. She jammed her father's door shut as he slept, lit the church on fire, and fled Sandpoint. The locals assumed Noalia had burned in the fire, a tragedy made all the worse by the death of her father Tobin as well. Yet Noalia lived. She fled to the city of Magnamar, where she enlisted the aid of a group of Norgorber worshipping killers known as the Skinsaw cult. Norgorber is the god of secrets and assassins. With their aid, she tracked down Delic, who was the father of her child, and murdered him.
Oh, good.
Yet his death did not fill her need for revenge. It only quickened her need for more of the same. For Sandpoint and its hated citizens still lived. Seeing a kindred spirit in the tortured woman, the mysterious leader of the Skinsaw cult gave Noalia a medallion bearing a carving of a 7-pointed star that he called a Sahedron medallion. Noalia learned that she had a larger role to play and that her dreams were a map to her destiny. Taking this advice to heart, Nualia returned to Sandpoint and found herself drawn to the brick wall in the smuggler's tunnel, where she and Delica conceived her deformed child. Nualia bashed down this brick wall and in so doing discovered the catacombs of Wrath and the Closet Aurelium, also a follower of Lamashtu. For many months, Nualia studied under Aurelium's tutelage. During this time, Nualia received another vision from Lamashtu, vision of a monstrous goblin wolf imprisoned in an underground room. In Nualia's dream, she learned that this creature was a Barghest named Malfeshnikor, and was also one of Lamashtu's chosen. If she could find him and free him, he would not only help her achieve her vengeance against the town of Sandpoint, but he would be the key in cleansing her body of what she had come to see as her celestial taint. Nualia wanted to be one of Lamashtu's children, and she had wanted to become a monster herself. So that's a summation of what's in all the journals.
Oh, poor girl.
Oh,
Where's this other Parisian town?
Magnamar. Magnamar is a
Magnamar.
city that's to the north, I believe. Hang on, let me have a look at the map of.
I think the players from the theatre came from there at the Swallowtail Festival.
I believe somebody's boyfriend comes from there too. Sandpoint. Galari. Remember Foxglove? Doesn't he have a place in? I believe he has a place in Magnamar.
I forgot he was Mayo's boyfriend.
Yeah.
He was her beau, wasn't he?
No.
Yeah. She doesn't like to admit it, but yeah.
They were inseparable.
Looking at the map of that I have, it's sort of west along the coast from Sandpoint.
Oh yes, it is too.
But it's a big city then.
It's south. It's to the west, almost directly, but a little bit south.
Okay, are we going to... How long since we had a good rest? I don't think it's been that long, actually.
I think it's been some
Oh.
time.
That's
In a
very
couple of
well.
levels of dungeon.
Very well, very well. I'm happy to rest here to recover.
Okay.
If everyone's happy.
Much as it pains me, and I think that we should pursue the evildoer, I'm no good at the moment.
No, we could have a vote.
Well, we could, but I've already hit the overnight rest button, so it's already applied.
Ah, okay.
Okay. I suppose I should roll to see whether any sort of randomish encounters occur during the evening.
God, I hope not.
Oh, yeah. Hang on, just reading here. Adult black dragon. Okay. Got to do what the book says. No, you
He
managed.
fell down the trap.
You managed
He
to make
fell
it.
down the trap.
Did he? That needs to be.
Yeah, and got cut to pieces.
That needs to be manually reset. Did any of you manually reset that trap? Oh.
Only if I'm allowed to lie to Jan.
It was disabled.
Oh, she's too honest for her own good. Get her out of this group.
Yeah, true. Anyway, everything's fine.
Make up a song about her legendary honesty.
You make it through your evening, and have a long rest, which I've already applied. So you may restore any spells and guff like that. I don't think
hit points get back.
I've already applied it. It already came off. You would have gotten three hit points back, I reckon, and that's what seems to have been applied.
Certainly does.
So while you were talking, Tom's been speaking in the chat.
Okay. In the chat. Oh yes. Well, I did hear him come in at some stage.
Yeah.
Oh, there he is there. See? Okay, so Tom's with us now. Maybe.
No, it's not on my page.
Not in
Not
Fantasy
showing up.
Grounds anymore, and no. Okay, righto.
No.
I think by Tom's, I'll try the old-fashioned Windows solution. Means he's rebooting.
Yeah.
Ah.
All right. Well, now that we've learned a lot about Nualia, and I see for people picking on her as I too have been blessed with unnatural beauty.
I know what it feels like, mate. I'm with you 100%. I mean, that very plain Jane Mayowen, what's she doing in our group?
Yeah.
But we need to make sure that we've disrupted this ritual, and she hasn't gone somewhere else to perform it.
We have to kill the bar guest.
Maybe.
Door.
Professional.
That is the object of our quest, the mission. Should you accept it?
Well, let's do it.
Go. Drag everything away from the door and sneakily have a look outside to make sure we're in an ambush situation.
Okay, you have a look outside. You do see an adult black dragon caught in that trap, and he looks over at you.
Aha, I
and
knew it!
he gives you a look, and he sort of says, "You know, could you help a brother out?" But you ignore him, and
No, we don't.
and he fills the corridor full of acid breath, and you all melt. Good game, guys.
I knew it. See that? For everybody. First thing.
Righto. You peek out. There's no ambush waiting you.
Right, well, the young, virile, attractive paladin should open the door.
I'll go down and open the door to the south.
Let's say that something rather devastating is beyond that door. It is a corridor.
Oh no!
What level corridor?
Level 2? Or sub-level 2?
Well, but we're on 3, so that's an easy corridor.
Okay, fair enough.
I'll go up and listen at the door, just because nobody else has done anything.
Okay, give me a perception check.
I knew you'd say that. Oh, hot damn.
Hot damn.
See, we've defeated the corridor. Are we 4th level yet?
Not quite.
No.
You did point out that the corridor was way too easy for you, so
Oh, bugger.
I didn't award any experience for it. Okay. No, you hear nothing beyond the doorway.
Right. Make room for the handsome one.
All right.
But I don't have a character in this game.
No.
She'll open the further door.
Okay. Right. Oh, shit, how am I going to handle this? A bit like this, I suppose. There we go. Okay.
According to Microsoft Edge, this is vintage web tech.
Vintage web tech.
So it won't work in the latest Internet Explorer. It won't work in the latest Firefox. So Internet Explorer old it was. Finally working now. Let's
Wow.
see if it keeps going.
Oh, well, at least you're back, and I
Welcome back.
probably should put...
5th time lucky.
Sure. Okay, so the southern wing of this L-shaped hallway ends at the pair of stone doors carved with the depictions of 2 skeletons reaching out to clutch a skull between them. While to the east the hallway narrows down to a frame of circular carving of what seems to be an immense stack of tens of thousands of gold coins that rise from the floor to the ceiling. The edges of these coins are carved with tiny spiky runes.
Ooh,
Spiky rings.
that's a piece of artwork that's worth a fair penny, I reckon. And it's probably a secret portal of some kind, so we examine it closely.
Well, it also seems to be made out of gold as well.
Well, that doesn't hurt.
I shall make sure this doorway down here is covered, whilst the greedy folk check out their gold.
No greed, I'm looking for secrets.
Tens of thousands of gold coins.
Use a knife, see if we can prod one out if they're actually real gold coins or whether they're just embezzled gold coins. And where's that goddamn ninja?
Okay, he's still logging on and stuff, I'm assuming. Okay, you go forth, you try and poke out one of the coins and you find that it is well and truly wedged.
But is it an actual gold coin or is it a representative of a gold coin?
Hard to
Oh,
say.
let me have a look. Let me have a look at these gold coins.
Oh wow, it didn't take the paladin long before he tried to get in on the greed, did it?
Well, I'm concerned about, making sure I protect them from these evil.
Money's evil.
That's right.
He's very concerned for his fellow very attractive, handsome gentleman.
I shall examine this pile of coins and see nothing.
Well, you see
And
a
not so
pile of
much
coins.
concerned with the average looking girl.
Oh well.
You see a lovely pile of coins.
Well, I think that we need to move on because there is a mission here to accomplish.
Actually, give me a perception check for yourself, Thaven, when you took a close look at the coins. Yeah,
Are they made of metal or wood?
they appear to be made of gold.
Gold, right, wow. We'll come back for that.
Alright, should we check out this door down here, or are we done with pillaging the gold that's wedged in there?
I'll have an eyeball going both ways. It's a,
I suddenly have an image of your character as Mel Brooks.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, not Mel Brooks, the other one, Marty Feldman.
Oh, that's it, Marty Feldman.
What is beyond the door?
You just gonna swing it open?
Is it a double door or two separate doors?
It's a double door.
I'll have a listen at the door first.
Okay. Appears to be silent beyond.
And I shall swing it open.
Okay.
Just a little.
Righto. This is one of those rooms that may or may not have stuff going on in it, so you may not get to see the entire thing immediately. Just saying. Okay, so four pillars support the dome ceiling of this room. Several dark alcoves contain standing sarcophagi gracing the walls, and the statue of a stern man wielding a glaive and holding a book stands in the southern portion of the chamber. Okay, so that's what you see. The statue is the thing that sits in the middle of the room just to the south a bit. The other things in the alcoves are sarcophagi.
So far, this dungeon, is has it sort of tested out to be like an evil dungeon, or is it a good dungeon that's been taken over by evil people?
I don't know. What do you feel?
It has all these shrines to Lamash to. I've
Has it,
detected a lot of evil around the place.
Well, the guy with the big glaive, is he fancily really nice looking and therefore good, or is he ugly as shit and bad?
Well, I wouldn't say that he's ugly, but he does have lots of gems and stuff like that embedded in his body, and runes across his body.
Ooh.
No, there was something about the rune people in that journal. Anyway. Oops, someone's zigzagging across through the doors.
What's in there? I'm looking for the concealed pit.
What, the section that I haven't revealed?
Yes.
It just appears to be a flat section of wall.
Okay. Right. Examine the sarcophagus that I'm nearest to.
Okay. Give me... You can either give... well, you can give me a perception check, that's fine. Or you can give me knowledge history checks if any of you had that whilst looking at the carvings on the walls.
Oh, who?
Okay, knowledge history doesn't help you. Your perception tells you that these are functional sarcophagi. There are bodies within them. That seems to have been sealed.
Can I detect any evil around using my detect evil?
Okay, let me just...
My God, he's good looking and handsome and clever.
have a look at that. And that. Okay, your detect evil pretends that it has actually acted for 3 rounds, isn't it?
Something
Yes.
like that. That's how detect magic works, so I assume it's the same. I can tell you shortly. Yeah, 3 rounds. So you can...
Okay, first round, presence or absence of evil. There is evil in this room. There are 3 evil auras in this room. And they are all the same power. Okay, let's have a look.
I have a sense of foreboding. There is evil present here.
Not only evil, but it's probably very unattractive.
Let's have a look at the hit dice. So it falls into aura power. None. The aura has no power. 0. So maybe you don't detect it.
Or it's undead.
Aura.
Right.
Well, it's got aura power. None. Number of hit dice 5 or lower, and they've definitely got 5 or lower.
Oh well.
Which direction is he not detecting evil from?
Hang on, I'm still just sort of sorting this stuff out. Overwhelming, 51 hit dice or higher. Wow. Hang on, aligned. They are okay, so they're actually moderate evil, and I shall reveal them for the paladin, for he knows where these things are and detects them as such. So I'll just make sure third round power and location of each aura.
None shall pass.
So
Unless they've got multi-pass.
Ooh.
okay, you detect 3 evil auras of creatures, undead perhaps.
Yeah.
Skulking
There
about
seems
in
to be
the...
3 creatures lurking in the shadows, the far end of the corridor.
And
I'll
you
tell my
s-
friends.
As
I've got a spell. Hang on.
as you tell them that, they begin to move towards you. So it's a roll initiative time thing.
They come upon us,
Oh.
friends.
As you see
Prepare your
the
weapons.
you see the shadows at the far end of the room come alive and start moving towards you.
Oh god, how am I going to fight a shadow? That's not going to work well.
No. I agree.
Okay. That's totally not awesome because I don't have my iPad with me today. But I do have my mobile phone, so I just need to look up a singular rule. Who has magical weapons, just quietly?
I have a magical weapon.
Magic weapon. Yeah, magic weapon. Funny.
Let's see. No. Not me. I have arrows of Elfbane.
Yeah, that means they're probably shadows and it could be difficult.
I say we close the door and go the other way.
Okay, anyway. Right, Mayowen, you are the first.
Oh. So I can see them, right?
You can begin to see these flittering shadows. Good old Arvin has pointed them out to you, and you can see them begin to move amongst the dark portions of the room.
One in there, right?
There's
Oh,
a
what?
magic dagger someone's got.
Dang.
We found a +1 cold iron returning dagger, which is probably with the ninja.
I'm fairly certain the ninja has that.
I need some.
Masterwork. Silver dagger.
There was some arrows we found. Elvish arrows?
Yeah, I just said that. I have Elfbane arrows.
Oh, elf-bane arrows. There was a magic stick. Did we ever find out what the magic stick did?
So, if I can see it, I guess I'll try to shoot it.
Okay,
There was a magic short sword. Did we give that to the ninja?
Let's see.
I believe so.
Oh, damn, the guy's way down. I'm going to have to kill him.
Let me look at this first.
That's very harsh.
Yeah, it's a harsh life when you're good looking.
You managed to get Fantasy
And
Grounds
Emma-
up and running yet, Tom?
Fantasy Grounds.
And I'll just turn
Looks like
right
it's
where I
stuck. I'll restart it. So there we go.
Right up.
I can't seem to.
Yeah. So
I can't.
Windows
It's an
10
ever-burning...
not doing so
It's an
great.
ever-burning... It's an
Turn
ever-burning
things not
torch.
working.
Okay,
A magic weapon.
Mayowen misses. Shooting an arrow
Now it's working.
towards the shadow, she misses. Shadow 2. What speed do these things have?
Oh, here we go. This time it's worked. It could be
Wow,
some wacky Wi-Fi thing too before, I guess.
true. We might just hold off for a second until young Erlin appears.
Character selection is blank. That's the only thing. I don't know if I stuffed it up by like starting before. No, there we go. Got one.
Sweet.
Just is a bit slow, I guess.
Erlin's there. We drop him in there. We roll his initiative.
Yeah, I was definitely last.
Yeah, not terribly good. Okay, so we will drop you onto the map though. Probably into that space there. Okay,
Thistle top. We're on Thistle top level 2.
Thistletop level 2.
Yeah, right, there we go.
Okay, you see a dark shape move from behind the statue. 5, 10, 15, 20. It seems to float up and it reaches out to touch. To touch Arvin Guilt.
Mm,
Incorporeal touch.
Touch me.
I wanna get dirty.
It reaches out but misses him completely as Arvin recoils from the undead that approaches him. Thaven.
I will use my long spear to assist the mighty Arvin Guilt against that shadow,
mm.
which basically gives him +2 to hit, doesn't it?
Something like that, yes.
Yep. Oh, and then I'll press the down arrow.
Alright, well,
So you have a magic weapon, Arvin?
I have a +1 magical longsword that I took from Corvus.
Wow. One of us.
And
You've
so
got
I
these
am.
things are ghosts and you just can't chop them.
Yeah, well, it'll probably not do much damage anyway. Alright, so we will.
Don't forget the +2.
Get the +2, so on that basis, I'm going to attempt to power attack this creature.
Wow, you definitely hit him.
And he resists all of that slashing damage.
Well, he shouldn't. It shouldn't at all. Who did you hit at? Shadow 2. Incorporeal.
Longsword type slashing. Mm.
Your longsword is definitely magical. So, magic weapon incorporeal can be harmed only by other incorporeal creatures, magic weapons, or creatures that strike as magic weapons. It is immune to all non-magical attack forms, even when hit by spells or magic weapons. It takes half damage from a corporeal source. So, I would suggest it should take half of that damage.
Mm-hmm.
Just 6 points of damage. So I'm going to override that and say it's taken 6 points of damage. As you hit it, you see wisps of shadow pull away from the creature.
Right. I will 5-foot step into here.
Okay. 5-foot step across to there and lead on to Arlen Spillstain,
Mm.
who also has a magical weapon.
Short sword +1.
Attack it, Arlen.
Throw it.
Magic
sure.
will help.
I'm not sure I can throw it, but I could I can step forward and try stabbing.
You
If you think
can.
that's a better plan.
Let's do it.
Oops, 5, 10. Whoops.
Is Corvus's longsword a +1?
Yep,
Well, how come it's not got its bonus in it?
should do.
I'm trying to move. Tells me 5 feet.
Yeah, Mark's got a.
Oh, I've got to approve it. Hang on.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I was just trying to work out why his thing didn't work.
So that should be good enough.
Yep.
That's not good.
No, not quite. What's your strength, Arvin?
It's 18 plus 4.
Right, so even the damage on Corvus's longsword's not
So I've got two in there because I've got one with power attack and one with not.
Okay, so you... Oh no, that is right. Okay.
The one with power attack doesn't seem to have a description attached to it. Maybe I didn't add that.
Okay, it's the one with power attack didn't have a plus on it. I've applied it. Okay.
Okay.
Right, Arlen steps forward, dashes forth with the short sword, and doesn't manage to connect with the shadow. One of the other shadows, 15, 20, moves up to there and seeks to touch one of you. Odds or evens, Tom?
Odds.
Okay, well done. The shadow reaches out towards Arlen. And attempts to touch him. And does so. Oh wow, it does actually register that it's a touch attack. Very nice. Okay, it reaches out and you can see the shadow places its hands upon Arlen's skin, and as it does, he seems to visibly pale as his strength is drained from him. Ooh, ow. Ow. It's not 6 damage, it's 6 strength damage. As Arlen takes 6 points of damage direct to the strength.
You've been playing too much, Traveller, maybe.
Apparently so. As you see the young halfling just pale before it. The final shadow, which is the one that I moved to that position. Awesome me. Hang on, let's go there. 5, 10, 15, 25. Okay, moves up between Arlen and Maewyn. Arlen, you may make an attack of opportunity upon this creature as it moves past you.
Oh, that sounds pretty fair. Except it'll be a bit harder now because I'm all weak and feebly.
Okay, you do hit it though.
Hmm.
So, roll some damage for me. Short sword +1, minimum damage 1. Yeah.
Can't you? Isn't it minimum damage 1 or not?
Yeah,
Or is that resisted because it's only 1?
I'm applying it.
Okay. I got a minus because of shrunk strength. Is that the story? My strength's gone down a lot.
Yeah, I suppose, but I'm still applying it. It's still ridiculous not to have at least 8 point of damage. And you see it reaches forward. You see it reaches forward and attacks Maewyn.
Yeah, it says my strength bonus is -3 currently.
Yeah. Okay, it reaches out toward Maewyn. Ooh. That's an automatic miss as it completely and utterly fumbles. So distracted is it by the halfling's glancing attack. Maewyn.
Crap. I'll just give it a try. Shoot it with an elf paint arrow and see if that does anything since it's magic.
Are you going to step back 5 feet to do it?
Well, the door's there. I can't.
Yeah, you can. The door is open.
Okay. So, I don't know what to do about the arrow. How do I figure that in? +1. Is that +1 to attack?
I'm assuming so. Yes, yeah.
+1?
Yep.
Which one is that? That's 3.
Okay, you see the arrow plunge into the creature, and it definitely reacts to the hit.
Is it a +1 to damage as well?
I believe so, yes.
Wow.
That resisted it.
Well, no, it hasn't. I'm going to give it 4 damage. I don't know why it keeps coming up and saying it's resisted. Because they are magical weapons, so... Ooh. There we go. Gee, I tell you what, having a cleric in the party right now would be really awesome.
Yeah.
Righto. Clicking the down button, Mayowen. Shadow reaches out and tries to caress Arvin Guilt again. But apparently he really likes him, and he's just dancing with him, and he's waving his hands in the air, trying to get Arvin's attention. Thaven.
Thaven will continue with his good work of assisting Arvin.
Okay. And now Arvin.
Alright. We shall attempt power attack it again.
Oh dear.
Oops.
That's a complete and utter mess.
Oops.
Oh my god.
Critical hits, critical fumbles, I mean.
I'm so embarrassed.
Yeah, that wasn't very good.
I'm not helping you anymore.
Fumble.
Feel free to step into the front line. I'll give you the sword.
Okay.
Okay, you'll do that after you pick it up.
Yeah, I thought so.
As the sword slips from your fingers and it drops to the ground.
Can't you do that smite evil thingy, whatever you did?
I can, but that only attacks one creature, so...
Bummer.
Arlen.
Hmm.
Hit it with something.
Not sure what to do.
Hit it with something magic.
Okay.
Step 5 feet back.
I guess we can go with that. We can go with that plan. I won't do much. But we'll,
Don't forget to step 5 feet back, mate.
yeah.
Okay, you strike it. Do you get sneak attack damage?
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
So...
I would have
After
thought
all,
an
that's
incorporeal
why you
creature...
become a ninja. To be sneaky.
I would
I would
suggest...
suspect an incorporeal creature might be immune to sneak attack.
Yeah.
No, they're not.
That's it.
Okay.
Really? Oh, that's
Oh,
good.
hang on. Hang on, I think that actually...
You might
I
be able
worked out that
You
they
might be
are...
able to back them if they don't have backs.
Yeah, actually I'm fairly certain incorporeal. It's not undead, I think it's incorporeal that means they can't be sneak attacked. Because we did this in a normal one, but anyway. 2 minus 1, 1, so... 1 point of damage to the one that hit you. Or are you fighting the one that Arvin hit?
That'll do. Whichever one's near me, I guess.
Well, they're both near you. In fact, you're the sandwich to all of the incorporeal creatures. We'll apply it to the one that Arvin hit. Okay, are you 5 foot stepping back?
Yes. Once I get back to the map.
Okay, I've already done it for you.
Right, cool, thanks.
Shadow 1 5 foot steps into here. And looks about the lively creatures it sees, but continues its assault on Arlen, sorry. But Arlen ducks out of the way. Shadow 3 5 foot steps up and reaches out towards Mayowen. Missing her as she darts to the side. Mayowen.
I'll do the same thing. Back up.
Okay, this time you shoot, but the arrow flies past the creature. Seeing the weapon out of Arvin's hand, it reaches out and caresses him down the side. This is going to suck. Only 1 point of strength damage, though. Oh, okay, it did apply. Or did you apply that, Arvin?
I just applied it, yeah.
Okay, very good. Yeah, that brings us on to Thaven the Dancer.
Is there a aid his defense option?
Assist him in defense.
Yeah, try and protect him.
Okay, probably.
Well, we'll do that. Otherwise, we'll just continue supporting to attack if we can't.
Combat. Actions in combat. Standard action.
No, my PC says Peso is being attacked by goblins.
Who is?
Peso, their website's down.
Oh, okay. Free actions. Unarmed attack, attacks, armed strike, dealing, ranged attacks, natural attacks. Sure, let's say that you're giving him a +2 bonus onto his armor class.
Aid another.
I don't think that's a rule that specifically covers it, but we'll give him a +2. Arvin.
Alright, well, I'm going to have to retrieve the magic weapon because I can't do much about that, so I better pick it up.
Yay, that draws 2 attacks of opportunities.
Figured it would.
One from that guy, who definitely hits.
Except that would be a miss with my +2.
Okay, who definitely misses, so I'll take that damage off you, I suppose. Yawn. Shadow 1, he will stop targeting him, start targeting you, make a touch attack. He misses you, so you draw up your long sword. Thankful to Thaven for his assistance.
Very good, Thaven, for his assistance. That helped. And I suppose we will continue then our attack on Shadow number 2.
Sure. That's a big fat old hit. For 6 points of damage on him. Okay. Very nice. Arlen, your action.
Okay.
You swing out with a short sword and miss. Are you ducking backwards?
Yep, we shall duck backwards.
Beautiful. Okay. Moving forth. Odds or evens, Thaven?
Evens.
Okay, it continues its attack on Arlen.
Oh,
They seem to be ignoring the bard in the corner.
They're blinded by our beauty.
Sure. But Arlen ducks underneath the creature's clumsy attacks again. Shadow 3 steps up 5 feet and continues its assault on Maewyn, even though it hasn't hit yet.
Don't say that. You jinxed it. Oh,
No, it
good.
didn't. It missed again. Maewyn.
Back up. Fire away. Oh!
Roll again, see if it's a critical fumble.
Crap. I have to add the +1 to it again.
Mhm.
I do?
Yeah.
Oh, well, let me wait. I gotta put that in.
Okay, it's
Nah.
not a critical fumble. Very good. Down to the shadow, who moves to there. And odds or evens, Arvin.
Evens.
Okay, so finally somebody pays attention to the bard in the corner.
Hey!
Reaches out with a misty hand and places it inside the chest of Thaven. And
Right, okay.
AC 21's definitely going to be a big fat old hit on you. Oh, ooh, and it sucks 6 life out of you. Or 6 strength.
Man.
Thaven.
Well, we just continue supporting in the attack.
Okay. So, assisting his attack this turn, not his defense.
Yes.
So we continue our attack on shadow number 2.
Hey, little bit of assistance offered here. Get gooder.
Yeah, thanks.
No worries.
I kept asking if we were 4th level.
Arlen.
We got past that ancient black dragon in the trap. We should have got something to do.
Yeah.
Okay, Arlen swings out with his short sword, missing. Ducking back 5 foot, a retreat up the corridor as the party is split. Does he continue chasing Arlen, or does he assault the 2 they've got near the corridor? Well,
It's not a split, it's a simple sort into attractive and unattractive.
you see the spirit racked in anger turns and faces the 2 living creatures closest to it, and it reaches out towards Arvin. Does 18 hit? Oh, it's touch AC. Yeah.
Touch attack. It probably should have hit last time too.
Yeah, you fibber. Wowzers. Oh, as he drains Arvin of 6 strength.
How many do you have to roll 6s?
Hey, look, it's a talent.
You're
Wow.
enjoying it entirely too much.
Wow. You can all blame Matt next week when you're all dead. And,
Very likely.
and shadows yourselves.
Yep.
Right. He'll click
We did.
down.
Well, we could actually come back and haunt him.
Yep. Just plonk him straight back into the dungeon himself.
And you see the shadow that was chasing Maewyn simply turns and looks at the diminutive halfling ninja before him and raises up a hand. But Arlen, manages to duck out of the way. Maewyn,
Same thing.
that's a hit.
Thank you.
Okay, so that's 4 damage. You see the arrow definitely causes the creature to recoil. And that shadow reaches out towards Thaven. Thaven dances to the side though. For he is Thaven the Dancer.
Exactly.
It's a slow romancer. You can feel it in the air.
Look at that. Where on earth did I get all that strength from? What sort of a character build is this? Yeah, I'll continue assisting the hopeless one.
Thank you, David.
Oh my god!
That's it. I'm out of here.
I've been robbed of dice luck today.
Oh wow!
Oh god.
You see, the strength that he usually enjoys is failing him, and the coldness of the shadow's attack seems to be numbing his hands as he drops the longsword again. Arulum.
Not doing too well either.
Wow, how ignominious. Defeated by a bunch of shadows.
We could just run away now. What do you say? New plan? Run away?
Let's go, mate.
Level 1 and level 2 characters laugh at you around the D&D universe. Shadow 1 attacks Arvin with his incorporeal touch.
No, some level 1 characters get killed by cats and rats.
As Arvin takes another 3 strength damage.
Excellent.
Wow, that means you've only got 8 strength left to go.
Mm.
The other shadow steps up in front of Arlen and reaches out. Grasping hand, and you see it clutches into
Oh,
Arlen,
that's bad.
doing a further 2 points of damage to his strength. Which drops Arlen to 2 points of strength at the moment.
Try it again.
I'm going to do something that I never ever do.
It resisted.
Right,
And
so you did 2 points of damage to it.
Oh, yes. Get back.
Right, bear with me, I'm just trying to find... There it is, right there. Okay.
A special appearance.
Apparently, Sauron has heard the kerfuffle. He was trying to chase around that lovely young lady with the lovely midriff, but then heard that his companions were calling out that, "Oh no, what is this thing at TPK?" And he's run to find out. Shadow 2 reaches out towards Thaven. Thaven again dances to the side. Thaven.
Oh, well, this is a lost cause, isn't it?
It's not good.
Well, I suppose he won't even have a chance of hitting unless I help him now.
Okay, Arvin Guilt.
Let's have a turn. Come on, dice.
Oh, so you're picking up the longsword?
Oh yeah, I'm picking up the longsword. I didn't realise I dropped it again. I obviously wasn't listening.
And he missed again!
Well, let's see if they do the same. First one does. Oh, second one does. They're rolling just as bad, which is lucky. Righto, Arvin, you got up your longsword, you swung, but you missed. Siron goes, enough! I am a follower of some god who is
Serenray.
Sarenrae, who is lovely, and her flames shall defeat the undead that I see before me, he says. Oh, he's in a massive chatty mood. And targets all of them with a channel energy to harm undead. I'm not actually certain he's got that on his character sheet.
You got a turn undead? Is that still in?
Oh,
He's got to take that as a feat, I think.
Yeah.
Righto. Channel heal. Okay, look, before I do this, I'm going to just pause the recording. I need a 2-minute little boy break. So, everybody grab a cup of tea or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, welcome back. Now we're back from my little toilet break, plus my quick how do I fix Siren up so he can actually damage undead break. I will let go a channel harm. So we cast that. Two of them succeed, which is Shadow 3 and Shadow 1. And Shadow 2 fails. So we roll some damage, which appears to have been applied correctly. Let me have a look. Ow, 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 ow. That hurt. Did that apply at all? No. Of course it didn't. So, where are we? Cast channel harm. Say Shadow 3 succeed, Shadow 1 succeeded, Shadow 2 failed. So, Shadow 1 should have half damage, which is 4. I will point out I'm a much better channeler roller than Matt ever is. Shadow 3 takes 4 points of damage, and Shadow 2 takes the full 8. Okay, you can see he comes out and he raises his holy symbol high, calling upon the blessings of Sarenrae, and flame shoots out and he starts burning at the hearts of the dark shadows. That was very
Nice.
very literal of me, or literary of me. Arlen.
Literal.
Can I have lifter sword still?
Yes, you still can. Not very well, admittedly, but, you know, give it a crack.
Give it a crack.
Okay, you swing out at the creature, but miss, finding it exceptionally hard to hold on to the short sword and make an effective attack.
I'm tired. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Shadow 1 continues his assault. Or does he rush up and attack the guy that attacked him with his holy burning words? What's the intelligence of a shadow? Yeah, right. He's going to break off from you two, so that means Arvin, you may make an attack of opportunity against Shadow 1 should you so wish.
Ha!
I will have to target him.
Don't forget +2. Ooh, the screen's gone funny.
Wow. Wow.
Except they're immune to critical hits, I imagine.
Incorporeal.
No critical hits because they're shadows.
Alright, I don't think they are immune to critical hits. I just think they're immune to a lot of the things that critical hits do using my special thing. However, my special things don't work now we've gone to iOS 11. Thank you, Paizo, for selling me something that I can now no longer use. Just saying. So that would be 9 points.
They didn't make you upgrade.
No, they just haven't upgraded, and in fact the only supported versions of the iCrit and iFumble apps are on Android now. They don't support the iOS versions.
Ah,
Thanks.
Oh, reminds me. I forgot Gub. I found my Gubbo voices.
oh dear.
Awesome.
Unfortunately, they're supported on all platforms.
Okay, that version of Incorporeal works. Let's have a look at this.
That just going through my brain. That's been.
Magical attack, arms, everyone hit, blah, blah, blah. Oh, nuts. Yeah, no, there's nothing here that says they're immune to critical hits, so it just took 9 points of damage from the looks of that. But it's not enough to slow it, as it flies over and attacks young Siron with an incorporeal touch. So it drives its hands into the heart of the creature, trying to rip aside the holy symbol that Siron also grabs a hold of. And Siron takes 3 strength damage. Let's hope he got some
A holy
strength.
symbol wouldn't do something to it just by touching it.
No.
Ah.
Possibly, maybe. Maybe he just misses the symbol. Either way, he rushes up and draws some of the strength from Siron. Shadow 3 immediately ignores the diminutive halfling that it's been drawing all the strength out of and turns his attack upon Siron. Wouldn't that be horrible? Mac comes back in a fortnight's time, finds out his character was the only one to die because of possible TPK.
And got resurrected as a goblin.
Oh,
Sure, we'll just tell him that it ran off with Moala.
that was almost a critical hit. But it does manage to hit him, doing 2 points of damage. 2 points of strength damage, so Siron is now down to 9 strength. Right. Click down, and we're on to Mayowen.
Shadow 1. Oh, they're all heavy damage. Okay. Oh.
Okay, arrow shoots forth, but misses. Shadow 2 is the only one that seems unperturbed and seems to want to continue his barrage against one of the 2 living creatures before it. That plus... Oh no, sorry. Yeah, he doesn't like the idea of copying a critical hit at the moment. I mean, a attack of opportunity. So... Oh, hang on. Could you give him one? He's not that intelligent. So he continues his assault on Arvin. Which seems to work. For 3 points of damage. Strength damage. Only 5 strength left, Arvin.
Yeah.
Saving the dancer.
Continues supporting the wimp.
The wimp. I will assume that the wimp refers to Arvin,
Yeah.
who's currently struggling in his armour. What sort of armour do
Oh.
you have?
I have banded mail.
Oh, yeah, that's
It'll be pretty heavy right now.
That's a lot of weight for you at the moment.
Oh, I'm probably targeting the wrong creature now.
Oh, so you're just going to target them both. I see how you work.
Oh, I changed it over. Oh, yeah. Chill out. Just wait till I finish. All right. Let's do it. Come on, numbers.
Do it!
Oh my God! You didn't look at the tactics. I can't believe what sort of paladin are we running with?
A rather,
I specifically moved to give you flanking.
a rather weak one.
Oh, I didn't see you move. I assumed you was doing the same thing as before. Oh well, I'll move in there now.
After he takes the swing. Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, I didn't look. Silly me. Sorry, guys.
Oh no.
Not that it mattered. You wouldn't have hit anyway, so.
Okay, so we're clicking on the down button. Yay! As Siron targets all of the critters. And calls out to Sarenrae to finally destroy those unholy beings that stand before him, for they're cutting into his womanizing time. Actions. Channel harm. So we cast one of them. Oh, why did that not go away? Oh, hang on. Yeah, okay. So, who did we get?
They all failed.
They all failed. Righto.
Oh, no.
So they don't actually resist this type of damage. So I don't know why they're halving that. Anyway, speaking of such things, if I give that one an extra, it's dead. So first, the one between Thaven and Arvin disappears in a brief burst of fire. The one next to Siron disappears, as does the final one next to Siron. Siron sort of clutches at the wall beside him and says, "Ha! I don't know how you could ever exist without me," he says. And then manages to disappear in a puff of self-righteousness.
Before restoring any of our strength. Typical.
Yeah, oh,
Which takes a significantly long time to recover.
that is very true. At these levels, strength damage sucks.
At the rate that it'll take me to climb out of this dungeon, I'll be fine by the time I get back to town.
Sure, how are you getting your armor back with you?
That's why I mean it's going to take me that long to get back to town.
Okay, so congratulations, you have managed to shake off the shadows with a little help from a cleric.
You couldn't have thrown some restores while he was here.
I don't think he's got a plan set. Hang on. Oh, restoration lesser. There we go. He's only got one of them though.
Have to get it done in town.
Oh, hang on. He's meant to have. Oh, okay. I'm gonna have to fix up some damage here, but I need to give Siron a rest because he hasn't been affected. So we got 6, 7, 8. Menu, rest, overnight rest. Go 6, 7. I'll allow Cyron his 3 healing because he should have rested with you guys in there. Probably just gave you all a strength point back, did I? Yes, I did.
Yes.
So take those away. Right. So now we're good. Let's go into preparation. And by some miracle, he decided not to learn remove paralysis, but he did learn 2 lesser restorations for some reason. So, he stays around long enough to say, okay, my friends, who was worst hit there? Quick, because I've got a date.
With a hot black dragon.
Sure.
I was fairly badly hit, my friend. Thankfully, Thaven was protecting me.
Well,
And the runty one.
you are a great supporter of Sarenrae, I must say. So I believe that I shall target you, good friend. On half and guilt. And
Who lost the most?
definitely.
The Hobbit.
No, actually it was
Hobbit.
the paladin lost 13 points of strength.
He's not a hobbit.
Close enough.
So
What are you? What are you, Arvin?
He's a gnome.
Really?
No, I'm not a gnome.
you
That's
regain
Arrowlord is a gnome.
4 strength points.
Woohoo.
Okay.
You are a better roller than that.
Damn straight. And he turns to young Arlen, who is 8 damage. So you still got 9 damage left, don't you?
Yeah.
But can they walk? Yeah, he's got 2 strength. He probably can't even carry his leather armor.
Yes, good point. Okay.
Just sit down and rest.
He will then cast the other lesser restoration on Arlen, restoring only 1 point.
Oh.
So what's the natural heal rate?
1 point per full night's rest.
Fortnight.
Full night.
Full night.
Oh. It's a fortnight.
Right. Gotta go. Me and Nawali are having drinks at the local bar.
Good luck with that. See you later.
No worries.
Thanks for dropping by.
Yeah. Good work.
Okay.
Good rolling. Well, until the very end.
Weekend companions.
Well, we might as well go back to town then.
Yeah.
Town is a long way away.
And we're functionally incapacitated.
Okay.
If we go back to town, we can at least get what that priest or whoever he was. Somebody there.
Without a cleric, we can't afford to go on.
Well, I suppose.
Which is demonstrated by that encounter.
I suppose. Okay. So you return up and out of Thistletop. Do you
We go
ever
to the church.
Do you ever intend to return?
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Did we come back there?
We got to kill the bar guest.
Nualia?
Well, quite honestly, if you look at all the maps that you've done, the bar guest doesn't exist. You've searched and found all of the areas.
Except the one that you're hiding behind that unrevealed area.
No idea
so-
what you're talking about.
I was going
Well,
to see if I
we-
could find it, which I probably
Yeah.
don't. And on that basis, I think this is cleared.
Well, if we're going to bind our wounds for a while we're standing here, we all will. And I would be searching for things, even if primarily
I'll
loot.
search. I'll definitely search.
Okay,
Definitely check the sarcophagi.
right on.
Oh,
Where's my-
I'm as good as the guy who can't hit things.
What am I want to get? 5 plus 22. Let me go back to my PDF. PDF.
Not that I want to go through it, even if we do find something.
I don't need to go to a PDF. I need to go there. And you find nothing in particular, Mayowen, either.
Yeah, well, there's nothing here but that pillar of gold coins.
Ooh, gold. Which you're no longer strong enough to pry apart.
Yeah. Oh, well, we couldn't pry it apart previously.
True.
However, you have been great heroes. You've destroyed the threat of the goblin incursions in Thistletop. You've wiped out Chief Rip Nugget. Even taken down a couple of the other chieftains in the area. Sent the goblins into disarray. There is by no means whatsoever insult in retreating, repairing your wounds, and thinking of your future.
I think that's probably what we need to do. There's nothing
Yes.
further for us here.
No, not without a cleric.
Yeah, Matt. If you ever watch this, not without a cleric. See, that's the first time I'd ever broken my rule of not NPCing things when they came. Dear me.
So we're going to return to Sandy Point.
Yes, so you return to
Yes.
Sandpoint and spend a couple of weeks healing up your wounds. And that's going to actually be where we leave it for the evening, because that's the end of the first module.
Are we leveled up?
Wow.
You will level
Cool.
you will level up to 4th level.
Yay!
I'm 990% certain, but I will double check.
Ah, no, leave it. We'll trust you.
Including the adventure, the PC should reach 4th level by the conclusion of this chapter. So there you go. You are now 4th level.
Yes.
We will begin in a fortnight with the next module, which is known as the Skinsaw Murders. Doesn't that sound lovely?
No, the skin saw, they were where Nualia was hanging out with.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, that does sound like a crime show.
Yeah, I actually felt the same way, because I very rarely play games, but I did actually play in Rise of the Runelords, and we did Burnt Offerings, and we did the Skinsaw Murders, and I actually felt the same way as Tom. I thought, oh, that sounds like some kind of crime show, and then I got into it, and it's nothing like it. But anyway,
Someone was selling Runelords on eBay.
it's a lot of people love this series of modules. Probably, I think it's more of a reaction to the fact
Was it
that
the first one?
yeah, it was the first ever adventure path sort of thing set up by Paizo, and
So it's got bonus charisma points for that.
yeah, I think that's definitely the thing. Like, I don't like it because it works on the fast track initiative experience track. Not that you guys really work on that anyway, but oh, there's some hit points rolled, I think.
Yep, that's hit point.
But there's also, like, I mean, it really sort of set Galarian apart, this whole thing, because eventually you'll find down the path, and strangely enough, by the title of this thing, that it's got something to do with a group of people called Runelords, which sort of set Galarian
which makes it sound like RuneQuest. But anyway, yeah.
Very individually, yeah. Although I don't know, RuneQuest was a bit odd, also. So do you want me to level up your character, Tom, in between now and then?
Well, I guess seeing I chose to be like a ninja who's really bad at ninjaing because of low charisma, do you get a
At 4th level, you get an ability
bonus score?
Yep. So we'll probably
Because
whack.
Arlen could definitely use more charisma.
Yeah, I think Arlen definitely could use some more charisma, being that it's 8 at the moment.
Yeah. So anyone gets a charisma magic item, I need it.
Alright, so we'll do that. We'll meet again in a fortnight, as long as I can manage to hold on to where my headset is.
Yeah,
we'll...
or get a backup one. Yeah.
Well, it really is the time that I got a new one, because I've got this when I started doing my honours, which was, wow, a long time ago. Probably 2006, 2007, and I got this in a copy of Word, which
That's
was
really old, then.
yeah, and it was sort of like meant to encourage you to dictate your stuff into Word, and all of the foam has literally fallen off the earpieces. It tears the shit out of my ear every time I use it. And what pieces of foam still exist in the cracks all fall into my ear, and I find them for days afterwards after each one of these games. So, so it's probably a bit of time that I actually bought a new one. But it does give good sound, so that's why I've held on to it for so long. Anyway, we're going to wave goodbye to the people on the video.